Hello, I'm Philip Sturgeon. I'm at MSL Circuits, part of All Circuits, and I'm joined by Bruno. Bruno, always a pleasure to chat. Great to see you again, and thanks for having me at the facility today. I wanted to talk about two things. One is French exceptionalism and your success here and how that's been amplified globally, but I also wanted to talk about the automotive industry. Everybody, when I speak to people in Germany and other parts of Europe, they're very downbeat about automotive. You seem to be bucking that trend. You seem to be doing well. You're building stronger relationships with the car makers as well as the tier ones. What do you put that down to? What are you doing differently?
I guess the secret is that we bet maybe 4 or 5 years ago on the need for the car manufacturer to have a board for themselves. I mean, the battle was they were getting rid of the piece of metal, which was the engine.
Internal combustion engine.
And so to replace or to give job to their workers, they need to replace what they were doing they were trying to give activity to their workers. And so they took the decision to make their own motors or to buy them and to make all what's around the board. Okay, but they stopped at the board level. So they were expecting people like us to manufacture their board, not to really make the engineering, because they were bringing back the engineering and the know-how internally. But their limitation was they were considered themselves not able to make the board. Okay, so and that's how we end up, us, pure manufacturer, to being able to supply them board.
Yeah, and I guess that fundamental change is when they move away from internal combustion, they need to maintain some intellectual property as well as stuff they're doing themselves,
absolutely.
and that becomes an important element.
So they are reintegrating internally a piece of the job. So that's also why people like Conti or Bosch are suffering right now, because they were used to do those kind of ECU and since now the car manufacturer, at least the one we are working with, reintegrate the know-how. They are not looking anymore for people which were able to design board and to make the product. They want to make the product, and they just need people able to supply their board according to their specification.
Okay. And that then gives you a relationship direct to the car manufacturer. You're still working with the tier ones. You're still having success with your customers that are in that.
Right. Actually, we are making more because we start with the battery management system, which is pretty simple ECU. And then we are working now with them to make what we call the inverter, the board which is controlling the motor itself, on more and more. So it's an association which is going pretty well. They look to be happy about our quality, about our support. Support is important in our business because they don't have the knowledge of the manufacturing of the board. So they are looking that, and they are looking people can teach them what are the limitation, how can we improve the manufacturing, what we call the DFX, and so on. And they found out that it might be less expensive manufacturing-wise to go to China, but all the improvements they could make that quick for materials, for design, so they can implement their design a lot quicker than waiting for 6 weeks in the boat and plus. So it was really something we were trying to sell to the car manufacturer. It did work.
Okay? No, it was absolutely.
So now they have a service, they have a good quality. They are able to be competitive because they have access directly to the price of the component. So
Is that
I
happening
think that's
more?
part of the secret.
Yeah, is that happening more in France than it is potentially with the German car
No, it was
manufacturers?
already the case in Germany actually, because let's take BMW. They were subcontracting part of it to Conti and Bosch, but they were also using their own EMS. They were doing 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was
Okay,
kind of
insourced,
different. It was
outsourced. Yeah.
capacity expansion. They were really looking for the price, but the trend was already there.
Yeah,
okay.
it was already there and building upon it.
But I think the French one took the decision to take back the know-how, the IP, a lot
Sooner. And
sooner.
embraced it.
Yeah,
And embraced
certainly.
it and moved
Yeah,
quickly.
right. What I'm seeing today is that Renault is going pretty well. Stellantis, when I say Stellantis, is mainly PSA, Citroën, is not going that well. The trend is to introduce to be more regional than it was before.
Yeah.
I mean, Americans are staying in thermal. The Chinese are going to EV, full EV, EV only, and we're in the middle. So
maybe a nice place
I don't know
to
what.
be.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I don't know who will win.
Yeah.
So who knows?
It's hard to imagine the large German car manufacturing brands pushing that trend of Chinese EVs back there. That seems to be something that is taken hold.
What we can see is that now EV hybrid is 60% of the car sales, of the new car sales. So EV is there.
Yeah,
definitely.
Majority.
There is only 40% remaining. So definitely the one who didn't take the decision to go to EV will be in trouble sooner or later.
Yeah.
Will it change? Are we going to oxygen, to hydrogen, to lunar vehicle? I don't know, but what we can say is that for 10 years, it will be EV.
Yeah.
Okay. After,
who knows? I think what's really interesting though, Bruno, when you look at your history, you built the business on supporting the internal combustion engine market.
Yeah.
You pivoted and you bet very early on the change to EV. You have a DNA that allows you to be competitive in the automotive space, which is really quite challenging. You have to be heavily automated and you have to be very focused on the detail to be successful, and on the the small margins and the price. That's really important. But you've also remained agile enough to pivot to EV and hopefully pivot to whatever's next.
Right. I think agility is a key. We are trying to be to lose weight. Speaking of weight, well, at least not to be too big and to be
cumbersome.
Pragmatic. We say in French.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one of the keys that it's customer first for us.
Yeah.
So we are really listening customer. We're trying to satisfy them. We're trying to follow their trends on whatever they ask us. Well, we're a service provider, so we're able to serve them. That's really the idea. Our goal, we are not manufacturer in the essence. We are really service provider.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Maybe the key difference here.
Yeah, I think that's a huge differentiator, and understanding that. And actually, I think what's been interesting is as you've gone over that transition over the last year of the partnership with DBG, you're able to bring that to the partnership. You're able to share that. You've kept that in your DNA very, very strongly, but you can also share it as a best practice with them, so they can then.
Yeah, try to imagine. Now we are looking for the Chinese to teach us, how to manufacture electronics. Old people like me, 30 years ago it was the contrary. So, but we have to be humble. And now they are really better than us in manufacturing. They are cheaper. We just need to learn what they are doing best and to apply it here, and we have our chance.
And sharing your best practices with them as well as them with you. I think
and we need to be cautious to bring them something also. So, and it cannot be the access to the European market because they already get it. It's more maybe the access to the suppliers, the access of this generating ideas they don't have, because they are good in execution, but when it's coming to have ideas, innovation to do different, well, we might
still have a
them.
lead there. Yeah, I think that's really important. It's really exciting to see how the journey continues.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks so much. Good
Thank
to
you.
talk to you.